Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have returned for our coverage of SAPA PL 3. Going over week 3 today, I am joined by a special guest, our very own Dr. B.
Yes, hello, it is me again.
Yes.
This time coming to you live from the PL podcast instead of our season podcast. So thank you for having me, Corey.
Yeah, so it's been a minute. We had to. I made my way back to New Jersey for the summer, and the commissioner has been busy with work and other things, so we kind of fell behind here, but not too far behind. We're gonna go over week 3's games. We're finishing up, or in the middle of week 5 right now, so we're just a couple behind. That's okay. We had some good gaming. We were back to our original formats this week, so we have a kind of 2-week rotating set of formats. And, we're going to kick it off here with Gen 9 OU. We got Ernest versus Frank. And so we already recorded this once, but my laptop fucked up, so we're going to go kind of quickly through these. So Ernest bringing a pretty standard core of guys, plus low kicks and Lottie, who don't really get much play.
Don't get much love right now.
No. And here we see Frank with the early turn 1 Terra on Ogrepine, claiming 2 Mons, the 2 Mons who I said were kind of bad. So take that for, what it's worth.
Yeah, Ernest bringing a whole team with no water resist outside of Latios, who's not really known to be taking those kind of hits.
No, absolutely not.
Very
yeah.
scary against Ogrepine.
Yeah, Tinglu eating a fat +2 Focus Blast from Life Orb, Deoxys, and then getting cleaned up by this Raging Bolt, who is booster energy, modest, just letting these Dragon Pulses fly. Sacking your Zomba's HP there is very bad, because now you just add Thunderclap, and now all of a sudden you sack your whole team. Wing Chain doesn't get the Toxic. Maybe we should have been parting shotting earlier. I don't know.
Yeah, this is really a speed run through of what this set should have been. All I'm going to say is, when your team looks like this and you see that Raging Bolt, you got to keep that Tinglu healthy.
Yeah.
There's nothing else you can do. Like the rest of this team can't take on Raging Bolt.
Yeah, I mean, Gliscor, Tinglu, are decent core against it, but, we don't need to be bringing in Zamazenta to take, 60 from a Dragon Pulse. Yeah. So here we see Frank bringing the same team. Ernest switches up a little bit. Looks almost like hyper offense. We got Rabambi lead with what's probably going to be webs. Yep, let's go up. Exchange for rocks. So Ernest intimidates the Landorus on the pretty obvious U-turn. Or skill swaps to get the Intimidate, which I don't know how I feel about. But then we see Frank here electing to press Discharge instead of Thunderclap. And I don't know, I feel like Thunderclap might have killed Rabambi there, and so you lost a lot of HP on Raging Bolt because of it.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
You already broke the sash. It's not like you're worried about that or anything.
Exactly.
Right? On top of that, Rabambi actually doesn't have in defense of Frank, Rabambi didn't have shield dust anymore, so maybe that Discharge paralyzed. That's something you don't see every day. Shot's Menifee though, not that good in the format with Ogrepine Water, sadly, because it has to leave.
Yeah, Thunderclaps, Ogrepine Water, Menifee can't really find its footing. It's not that fast.
Right. But on a webs team, I do like it. It has a lot of potential.
Yeah,
There's a massive setup so later in the game.
Yeah,
I think plenty of be Ernest got it alive.
CC coming out doing chip. Does this Tusk have Ice Spinner? I don't think we find out.
We
will
go
never
to
find out. Balloon Gold. And so Ernest put both of his steel guys on the balloon.
I love Balloon Goldango.
Balloon Goldango is so good.
What a monster.
Forces the U-turn switch there, and so now you just get to plot, which is maybe a little greedy, because now you have to use Thunderclap, but maybe you could have just went for Shadow Ball on the switch. Because now... Oh.
Imagine being in a webs team and then seeing your opponent has Deoxys speed. Just imagine being that guy.
But Goldango getting to live that Shadow Ball with the Terra Fairy is pretty impressive. And then we see Frank with maybe a premature forfeit here.
Yeah,
I guess he doesn't want to reveal his Iron Crown tech, but I don't think this was over necessarily. Although Great Tusk does look positioned to kind of clean up.
Well, you don't know about that. It depends on Ice Spinner, really.
Yeah.
I think there was definitely a game to still be played here, but we won't know, and we're never going to find out. So.
Nope. Frank electing just to cut it off clean and get a fresh start in Game 3. So Darkrai gets an early Wisp on the Ogre Pawn. Ernest bringing a third team, which is...
Yeah, 3 teams. Love to see it.
Yeah. So now this Ogre
a lot of people
Pawn
forget that Darkrai runs Wisp now that it can't put you to bed. So.
Yeah. And that's great. Basically sacrificing half your Darkrai's HP to cripple that Ogre Pawn. I think that's worth it every time.
Yeah, I agree.
We saw this Raging Bolt just do crazy damage to Ernest's previous team. So we want to make sure we look and see how he's going to deal with that.
Actually, I'm just noticing in this set, I didn't notice it in game we did this, review the first time, just how much more Gliscor took from that Dragon Pulse this time around. So you automatically kind of know that's a more offensive Gliscor right off the bat.
Yeah.
Because you're bringing the same team, you know?
Yeah.
And now Ernest doing a great job pivoting around the Dragon Pulse Thunder.
Yeah, we see Ernest getting a little cheeky there with the switch into the Fairy to the switch back into the Gliscor on the electric move.
Yeah.
Liking to play it safe, get your HP back. That's what Gliscor does. But now we see it's the offensive.
Oh my gosh, we're dancing together.
Facade set. So all of a sudden,
maybe Frank
scary.
not realizing that this was a very offensive Gliscor at the start, and
no, because he played it defensively, right, with Protect.
Yeah. I mean, if you weren't looking at damage numbers, you'd have no idea. You wouldn't be able to see the difference.
Yeah.
Even just if you were taking it easy. But that Ogre Pawn being burned also massively mattered, so you can see right there how important that was.
Prim taking a big chunk from that Psycho Boost. Will fall to the next one.
Yeah.
Electing to sack
we know it's Life Orb Deoxys.
Goldengo?
Yeah, I think it's a good time to ran Mr. Gold, but do you have your... You willing to do your Terra again? Willing to get that Terra Dazzling Gleam? No? Okay.
No, pressing Make It Rain there when Shadow Ball's really, really free. It's questionable. I think that Shadow
nothing takes the Shadow Ball.
Yeah. I don't know if it would have killed Raging Bolt from that HP. But
I'd like to believe.
Ernest, no, he's not a ground type.
Wait. Yeah, don't do that. Don't forget your Gliscor Terra Normaled.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But fun fact about Gliscor, if he's not at 0%, he's at 100%. This Mon will never die unless you kill him.
So I like this looked like a Protect turn.
Yeah, right. So it's commenting on the relatively obvious Protect, but Ernest making a good call and saying, I don't need this guy anymore. Let me make sure you are chipped.
I don't know if I like Thunder Waving Valiant, so just killing it, but maybe it could.
It's very fast and it kind of outspeeds the rest of the team, who is all kind of chipped. So I kind of like it. I don't like what's happening here with sacking all your Mon's HP, but it gets kind of bailed out by a lucky para, but
Paralysis,
now King Lou's at like 0%. And Shadow Ball can just come in and kind of clean up.
Kill everything, yeah.
Deoxys has
the haters thought Deoxys speed was dead. This guy's alive as ever.
Yeah. So some questionable plays there in the end game from Ernest is going to cause this game to go to Frank.
And we're never actually going to see what that Iron Crown
does. Yeah, we'll never know what Iron Crown does as hidden tech for a future...
Keep it hidden!
Keep it safe. So a good 3-game set.
That was fun.
Let me move on to the other side of Gen 9 OU. We have Vivi versus Will, and Vivi's got this Pincurchin Iron Pokemon stand.
The future is now old man team, yeah.
Yeah, Crispy Will electing to start boosting with his Garganacl.
God, I love Pincurchin's job is just kill itself. Like it could do more.
Terrain and die. He probably could have just hard switched into the Valiant, but
yeah,
I guess that's
not taking any chances.
We see funny mirror armor drop or reflect this Spadef drop from Focus Blast back, which is funny. You kind of gotta get your Valiant out of there.
Yeah, no, it's not. Even if it had Thunderbolt, I don't know if it can. It probably could kill, but. Spadef drop is not nice.
Yeah. You don't need it.
And you don't need it when you have this guy hitting Discharge.
Yeah.
So.
Gets all cured, but you can throw off a Focus Blast.
You could, or you can see something
or
funny.
Vivi's better. sets up the
Yeah,
terrain
dude,
again for her
I like that,
dudes.
yeah.
Moonblast is 56. Not going to be enough to
Yeah,
secure
no,
the
that
kill,
guy's
especially
getting
since
all his
Protect
health
is coming
back.
out here. And so all of a
I
sudden,
don't know. I don't think I would have stayed in that turn. I think I would have switched out.
I would have too. You're Salt Cured. Crazy Focus
Oh,
Blast on the
what
Switch.
a read!
Unfortunately, not rewarded.
Yeah. Did you see this? This guy's quirked up on defense.
Quirked up on defense.
As a treads is crazy.
Bulky treads, taking the
What
leftovers
does that even?
from the nut
Yeah.
curve, getting your rocks up. I like it.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it does like
Gliscor
Gliscor to come back in and get millions of HP back.
If this Gliscor has Earthquake, I don't know what switches in. Fortunately, I don't think it does.
Knock off Protect.
SD Facade, maybe?
Facade, maybe.
Wow, no Earthquake.
Earthquake.
Against 6 grounded weak mods.
Yeah. Crazy, unfortunate.
That's kind of funny.
But this Tachyon will kill even after the Protect turn. And so this Gliscor has to get out of here.
Yep.
But what's the Tachyon switch in? Ogre Palm. It's a pretty good one.
Yeah, eventually, right. We see a kill, we do.
Treads has to go down here. Iron Hands gets to come in and do wreak havoc.
Please refer to him by his name.
Wow Hands.
Wow.
Corviknight becomes a dragon on the Thunder Punch, but we see this thing has Ice Punch, so it's not really a safe.
Yeah, you're not really neutralizing anything here with that Terra.
Yeah, but
and now you can't use it offensively.
Yeah, it does
So
let you defog the rocks away, but you don't really care about rocks on your team that much anyway.
No, not too much, I'd say.
Drain Punch is a 2-hit KO, but not after that Iron Defense, because if you don't get the crit here, it's going back to full, so you gotta get out of there.
Yeah. Kind of unfortunate no close combat on Iron Hands.
But going right to Valiant, calling out the second Iron Defense, threatening Encore. However,
Will agree to get trade up instead.
Yeah. I don't know about going Moth here. Like, you have Tachyon guy.
Yeah.
Who just comes in. Maybe you need the chip to secure the kill. I don't know.
Maybe I'm just imagining that when you look at choice specs, electric terrain, discharge, you're thinking, yeah, that'll do enough. But like Garganackle's very bulky naturally. It's not built like most ground types. So you gotta be hitting stab moves.
Yeah, sacks the Gliscor. Brings this guy in. Ivy Cudgel doesn't pick up the kill, and all of a sudden, Iron Crown's at +2, but how can it defeat this guy? Air Slash.
Crazy.
Crit.
Crazy. Tech of the week right there. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, I did not know this guy got Air Slash. Did the crit matter? Probably.
Maybe.
But crazy endgame sweep there with Iron Crown after the agility.
Yeah, we were just talking about how Iron Crown should have.
Guess we can assume.
Maybe this was Frank's. Maybe this was Frank's set.
Maybe.
Terraflying Air Slash, we'll never know.
I guess we can assume that the last move was probably like stored power, or maybe side moves.
I'd assume stored power because it's a weakness policy agility
policy.
set. Yeah. I mean, you could also just have a psychic move in general in case you don't get the proc.
Yeah.
Your air slash. I don't know what. I'm not sure what it means.
Yeah. What's that for? Who's to say? But it's funny. So here we see two new teams. Meowscarada, Blaziken, Tinkaton, Corviknight.
Yeah, a really bulky offense team on Will's side, but with like a potentially snow room might just be snow pass like regen core, but then on VB's side it's OU guys plus Blaziken, and I'm gonna say Tinkaton's gonna be OU again this season. It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. Unfortunate Wisp miss. It's gonna cost him.
Yep.
A lot.
I'm appreciating David's banter in turn 3 and turn 4 from the agency needs you to this game sucks in a singular turn.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
Choice Scarf, so locked into body press.
Right, so what mod comes in here? What mod comes in here?
Oh, maybe I would have brought in my my 4 times resist.
With psychic moves?
With psychic moves to threaten it, but
that's okay.
You can also sack all of your HP on Tinglu. That's fine too.
Yeah, people out here using Tinglu.
Whoa! Billion damage. What to do? Hit it again. Oh, this is knockoff. Me, I probably would cut it again. It looked pretty free. Oh, and then Will with a very early forfeit.
And it is free. No way. No.
I mean, yeah, the game was over, but...
It's pretty over.
Listen, when you have 100% Curum...
You never know. Yeah.
You never know. Yeah, so Swift 2-0 from BV. Very good work. Now we go to Gen 4, where we have Izzy up against her third Titan in a row. Has to fight Matt in DPP.
Remember we made that DPP season where it was just all the newer players?
Yeah,
not today. You're throwing in the throwing right in.
You have to fight gods at this point.
Yeah, at this point. Wow. Shout out Slappers getting a kill.
Yeah, so this is the surfboard team that we made a while ago. Me and Matt, and I think JT was there too.
The agency has come together to put pain on.
We were cooking some teams.
And you might be thinking, wow, why is Donphan here? Is this just like a bad mods team? Donphan's probably the best spinner in DPP right now because Starmie's not really spinning.
Yeah, but Starmie's still better at it, I think. I don't know.
You could say so. It's really, I think if there was a secondary or, specifically a mod that needs to be spinning, it's Donphan. Like, he gets there, you know what he's doing.
He's a cool guy.
Cool guy. Definitely worth if you feel like you want to have a reliable spinner on the team, give it a try.
Yeah. Matt running this
Life Orb defensive Lottie.
Life Orb defensive Lottie with Recover and T-Wave. Yeah. There's some heinous stuff.
I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, right? Because, like, what wants to switch into Latias? A lot of times doesn't want to take a T-Wave.
No, it's good. T-Wave is just,
broken.
Yeah. BKC has been saying we should ban Thunderwave. I agree. That move is dumb.
Yeah, maybe these players back in the day with Garavire were onto something, and we didn't know why.
If only Electivire wasn't ass.
I know. It can't be T-Wave!
T-Wave, that's true. Speaking of T-Waved, Heatran is now paralyzed.
Heatran is T-Waved, and what's it doing here?
What's it doing here? It's doing 15% chip to Lottie, who can just recover, spam it off. And
I know you're probably thinking like, oh, let's move the Latias, right? But like, I feel like you might be needing this Heatran later, especially because there's still the other Heatran there.
Yeah.
And in the back, I don't know.
Protect on the recover turn.
Probably not a third water guy user, so just feeling it out there. But I think we've accepted fate here.
Yep. At some point, you just have to be like, fuck it. Someone needs to die. Scarf Rotom.
Dead.
Scarf Rotom gets pursued though. Rock's up forever now, which is fine. But what stops Heatran? Nah, it's Scizor.
Yeah.
Maybe playing for a miss there into Superpower. Could have been something, I don't know. Thunderbolt, no para,
Yeah, 30 on offensive Heatran is disgustingly low, in my opinion. There we go. That's more like it. 36. Well, we'll never see that 6-mon unless you remember it.
I could look at my... No, I probably can't even look at my builder. Might be on
this
my
is
computer.
so sad.
I don't know.
Alexa, play game 2.
Yeah. So here we see this is the next team we geared up for Izzy. It's an explosion team. And we see Azel press Bandit Explosion in front of Wailord, turn 1. Bronzong's back to do Trick Room stuff, but now that his Macho Brace is knocked off, will not be able to beat this Fable.
No, forced to boom.
Yeah, so you gotta blow up. EQ's not gonna do enough either.
What was it, like once a gyro ball forced to boom?
Yeah.
Luckily, no ghost type taking either of these booms yet, so potentially just not having one. Like if Rotom was here, oh man, like poor team.
Yeah. Bullet punching the water type, questionable, but when in doubt, just blow up.
Blow it out, yep. And getting a good switch in here. Yep. Also, just being faster.
Faster, so I don't know if it's Scarf. I guess it's not.
No, it's not. A very interesting that
unlucky miss.
Not fast. Yeah, very, very unlucky miss right there. I remember when he did this before. It's like you gotta boom that Gliscor, right?
Yeah, I think blowing up there might have been the right play. But
obviously you're worried about Protect, but like for the most part in Gen 4,
because
it doesn't have Toxic.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have Toxic Heal yet, or Poison Heal, so not
Mm-hmm.
the most common move to run Protect on it. Whereas this is a guy that can Protect, but choosing not to.
Yeah.
Getting a huge crit definitely mattered.
Cool.
Very true and very cool.
I
I actually think that turn I would have Earthquaked as Gyarados, because if the Wish passes back to Gliscor, you're not really concerned about it.
No,
because you still
you're right.
spam Waterfall.
Yeah.
And then Jirachi's at about 40.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it would have. There's a couple plays here besides the boom that maybe could have gotten you out of it, including getting a crit here with Stone Edge or something.
I don't know. And that DD's probably wrong because the Wish is coming out this turn. I think you have to just hope for crit on.
I mean, at this point, you get a crit either way and you win, so it's not too relevant.
Yeah.
But close game.
But not bad. Not bad for Izzy having to fight. You know, arguably our best player in DPP in the league.
David crying when it's not him. We're calling it. He's like, I have multiple rings or something. I think I've lost track. I can't even count anymore. I'm like, I've lost it. Too many seasons.
Too many seasons is right. Moving on to the other DPP matchup, we have Chester versus DHT. And so we see Blaziken pressing Focus Energy turn 1, and then Baton passing that Focus Energy to Octillery, a mon who doesn't see much
use.
OU usage in Diamond Pearl or any generation.
Don't be mean to him. He has some use in Gen 2, I think.
I mean, look, he just crit Tiger Granitar and killed him.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Sniper, scope lens. Right. Put this on fast.
And here comes Breloom behind a sub to do what Breloom does behind a sub.
Yeah. Ooh. Let me guess.
Sub. Punch.
Sub,
it's not subsuit.
punch.
So that's more heinous. Yeah. That's the type of shit that I run.
I would think that when I'm looking at Chris and he wants to build a Breloom, this is everything he wants in a mon. Wow, it's a big, strong punching dude that puts you to bed, and okay, yep, everything about it's great. And when you're playing Chester, who's just building some funny teams, like it's gonna dominate.
Yeah.
I do appreciate that they actually did build this Jirachi to attempt to beat a Breloom with Sleep Talk Rest.
It is funny.
It turns out though, sub really, really validates a lot of that.
Yeah. Substitute. It's good.
Yeah.
Gets a lucky rest talk into Ironhead to break the sub, so you can at least escape momentarily.
But what do you do?
Blaze kick. Blaziken. Why is the Dunsparce here?
Oh, you wish it was that one.
Oh, no, it's the smaller one.
The smaller one. This poor thing's base stats are so bad. Outside of HP, its highest stat is like 70.
It's not good. Why is
I'm
it
so
here?
Well, I think you can take a pretty big guess as to why a Glare Headbutt Dunsparce might be here.
Yeah.
Something about not playing the game, but don't worry, it's not Jirachi. It's really bad.
Anyway.
And hi, Rotom Fan.
Rotom Fan is here.
As you can see, this whole team loses to Sub Punch Breloom.
This whole team loses to basically any OU.
Yeah, that's okay. We're here to have fun. Maybe if Chris brought like all Reggie Rocks, maybe we'd have something.
Maybe. Game 2, we see same team, and different team based on nicknames from.
One day I'll just make them all have different nicknames, but it's the exact same guys. Yeah, gotta get in the Mind Palace.
Yeah. Set the sand up to kill Blaziken. Blaziken leaves.
Yeah, like that adaptation. Like obviously you won that game 1 a lot, but you can do better.
Flygon's here. It's special or mixed Flygon. Gets a lucky burn on Hitmonchan. Hitmonchan will do nothing, which is what Hitmonchan does best.
Meanie.
The burn actually doesn't matter because Earthquake definitely would have killed even without the burn chip.
Yeah.
Octillery doesn't press Ice Beam.
He's locking in!
Focus energy into die is the true combo. Rotom's here. Press Shadow Ball and then get Pursuit Trap.
Explode it. Yeah, get exploded. I will say, I am happy At some point, I know Chester does a Gen 1 season or week, right? I'm glad they didn't bring a Focus Energy team to that in the only format where it actively just makes you worse.
Yeah.
So, you know, at least we're using good better strategies here.
Yeah.
Shout out T-Trad. Wow, it's kind of like Chris's team, though, in general. Just kind of invalidates this kind of style of team, right? You've got Pursuit for the Ghost, you've got Heatran for Jirachi, Flygon for Sand for the Blaziken that's in Focus Edge. Like, just not a good matchup, even if it was a good team.
Yeah.
Even if they weren't trying to do Focus Energy stuff. So that's what happens when you build a team with bad bonds. You got, you know, sometimes you just don't get what you need.
Yeah.
But maybe we'll get
so
17
here we're gonna
Iron
watch
Head punches in a row.
Sleep Talk Jirachi try to flinch and Parrot
Magma Storm Heatran.
his way out of Heatran.
Can it do it?
Back to bed. Magma Storm, there's only 5 PP left.
Hyper fast this. I don't need to see it.
There it goes.
You already know. Nothing happens
okay,
for like 4 turns. Oh, that's a shame. Anyways, we had boomed a Dunsparce that didn't kill, so I'm a little embarrassed by that for Heatran.
It's funny. But Earthquake kills and
yeah, say little guy gets what, like 5 kills that set? Good job, Flygon.
Good job, Flygon.
Beating the washed allegations.
Yeah. So here we have ORAS Gen 6 OU, Jordan versus Aaron. We see some typical dudes. We've got Keldeo here, Tyranitar, Heatran.
Yeah. Canyon, Lando. A lot of top tier threats. Nothing here is unusual. Notice it's not Moldbreaker.
It's not Moldbreaker, which we can know
it could be Sandforce,
because it tells us if he breaks the mold or not. So that's a safe switch in and a good switch in from Jordan there. Dodges Draco. It's a bummer. Take more chip on this guy.
Bonk.
But
I wonder if Soldu's legal. No, it's Life Orb. Okay.
It's Life Orb. It is not Soldu. Although I don't know when Soldu got nerfed.
Might have been this gen.
Maybe.
Or next gen. It's around 6-7, I have to think.
Yeah.
But regardless of the point, Latios
Keldeo is here to erase Scizor from existence.
Oh no, I've lost my Volcanion. It's over.
Yeah.
Remember, if you ever want a Keldeo answer, you always have in your back pocket Jellicent. What can it do to that? Literally nothing.
It's true.
And the viability of the 2 mons pivots around which one is getting used more. That's a fun little thing you can see in Gen 6 on the tier list.
Fun Defiant boost.
Yep. That's why Bisharp is actually real this gen, because, you know, Defiant's a great ability.
Bisharp was never a bad Pokemon. He was always
no.
good. And they made him even better.
Just said, now let's make it better.
Yeah.
Because I look at it now, like I look at these old sets, I look at Bisharp and I go, that thing's unevolved. I'm wrong, but it doesn't look right anymore.
Yeah. And Specs Keldeo
cleans up nice and easy.
So we see game 2. Aaron brings the same team. Jordan brings a Mega Zam team with a strong defensive core. But
Fire, Water, Grass.
Ferrothorn does die to a Fire Punch immediately. So what do? You bring in your other Grass type.
Live superior reaction there with the glare.
So there goes the 2 Grass type on what is probably Banditar. So looking pretty bad. Down 2 mons for really nothing to show for it except a Para on Tyranitar.
If I had a Ferrothorn on Aaron's team right now, I'd be what? Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah, this is happening.
This game. I don't know. Wispin.
I like what. Yeah, misclicks or reads, whatever you want to call it. But you know, just not making the right move.
We'll switch there in the ground type. Tough.
Tough turn. Easy turn to get up rocks, right? Yeah. Good play.
Hey, rocks up. Rotom gets back to full for his troubles. So this is very slow. Landers.
Landers, yeah, for sure.
Metacham comes in and crashes out.
Right! Metacham, no!
Metacham, look out. So that's a game-losing miss. Well, not a game-losing miss, but like a win.
That turn by this turn has pretty much put it back to an even game.
Yeah.
So sometimes you gotta learn how to press advantage, I think. You know, in a fighting game term for Aaron.
Yeah.
Don't throw for content. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That crit did not matter.
No, that crit didn't matter at all.
But Scissor now
Zen
trapped
gets
in
to, Scissor gets to clean
here.
it up. But X-Girl's here to be scary.
Alright, guys. Where's the sand?
Extra drill, you're a sand sweeper, you know.
Oh,
Oh no, you gotta switch out there.
the sand is only in
Just
your
switch
mind.
switch into your Tyranitar. Set the sand up. Who cares about him? He resists.
Maybe he's just nervous about the paralysis. I don't know. Sometimes
Like,
I don't
who
know
cares?
what's
Then you
going
just
on
get
here.
your Excadrill in and you win. Well, Rotom is still pretty healthy, but
Corey, just for my sake, check the recording after this.
okay.
But safety check.
No
Good.
encoding error.
Maybe everybody look behind the curtain. Do not
Don't
look.
behind their curtain. Well, they don't get to see behind the curtain. It just pauses
Yeah.
for them, so it's fine. Yeah,
That's
Jordan winning that game. Aaron throwing that game.
Classic.
Tails all his time.
Not to be mean. It's just tells all the set. It was a fun set though.
Yeah.
I think both players put up a good match.
Yep. So now we have Lily versus Adam in Overass. Adam bringing a Shuckle, Hoopa. Lily bringing Celebi, which is cool.
So we got a Ferrothorn team with no actual fire resist except for T-Tar is pretty fun. That's kind of tough to.
You have Gastrodon.
Yeah. Is that Monreal? Let's find out more later.
So webs are up, rocks are up, spikes are up, shit is on the floor. Superpower comes out, does nothing.
Wow. Okay, Gastroms. Sorry. I was disrespectful.
ST up, try to get boosted. Dodge burn.
Burn?
Dodge burn.
Ooh, dodged.
Bug bite doesn't kill. Now Gastrodon's got to get out of there or die.
That's tough.
It is tough. Excadrill scares him out with threat of Earthquake. Let's see what Celebi can do. Take 12% from Focus Blast. That's pretty good.
I did just realize that, I'm sure there's rocks somewhere on the team, but running spikes on an extra real team is a little bit tough. Because, you kind of want to force the flyers in to take Stealth Rock chip.
Yeah.
You're going to be hitting Earthquake a bunch, so the fact that you don't have it up is a little tough.
Yeah. Celebi pressed Perish Song.
Yep, sure did.
That's something neat.
Yeah, it's a gimmick.
Bisharp
I don't really know what else is supposed to be doing here.
Bisharp is at +4.
Hey, Bisharp, what are you doing over there?
Bisharp, he's trying to kill.
He's hanging out.
Oh my god, Parathorn, goodbye.
And now with Ferrothorn and Gastrodon gone, only Celebi left before Azumarill.
Yep.
Looks really good.
Really cool SD there on the obvious Sucker Punch.
Yep, like that a lot. Good read. Focus Blast.
Focus Blast. Questionable. Guess
why not, right?
Switch in? I don't know.
Extra switch out. No, it's extra switch out that turn.
That was alright. Sorry. I'm not locked in.
You're not. Listen, I don't blame you. Oh, I'm getting T-Tar high.
Oh my god, Tyranitar, 12%.
Yeah.
No pursuit.
Oh, no pursuit.
Rocks up.
Turn 20 rocks. Be like, unimportant.
Uh-oh.
Azumarill. Hi, Azumarill. Hello.
Oh.
Hello, Azumarill. Hi.
Sometimes all you need to do is get the 20% dodge, and then you win the game.
Legalize Mighty Cleave in older gens or something.
And now all of a sudden,
pretty good situation for Adam, right?
Yeah,
Rebs,
I don't.
One times Azumarill, coverage for Celebi.
Yep, and that's gonna be all she wrote.
Yep.
Aqua Jet.
Win this one nice and easy. Boom. Everybody loves the bunny.
Yep. Aqua Jet.
Boom. Another one. Ooh, crit. Definitely mattered.
Some good stuff from Adam. Brings the same team in game 2. Lily switching it up, bringing a Lopunny kind of balance team.
I call this mega Lopunny balance. Yeah.
A jump kick does 36. Literally nothing. Mental Herb, so he gets his rocks up too.
I love watching Shuckle dunk on teams. Just so good at it.
Very good.
Did its job, said, I'm done here. I'm leaving.
Yeah. Lily not defogging there might be tough.
Yeah, there's a lot of
like you don't want these webs up. Like makes low punny so bad. Whoa, crit gyro ball.
Lego Super. Kaboom. Big. Did not matter, but big damage there.
I don't. Rotom's gonna die now, so you're not gonna be able to spin.
I don't feel good if I'm Rotom here.
No.
Ouch. Interesting enough, finding out that Mega Scizor is faster than Rotom that turn, which is odd.
It is weird, but it's bulky Rotom.
I know, but I would not think that's fast offensive Scizor.
Hey, look, it's Clefable.
Hi, Clefable.
It's unaware.
Well, we don't know that.
Yeah, we do. It did not take any.
It did take rocks, what you might say.
Oh, it did take rocks. Sorry, yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
But
that guy's got the fake magic card.
Get him.
Get him. Gen 9 Clefable, come back.
So I see some double switches out there, which is it's interesting, to say the least.
Yeah. Now, if I'm Parathorn, I'm praying there's no superpower, but you already know it has.
There's superpower. Parathorn is so important here that an X control, like you need to have something to hit them. Yes. Take some souls. Go Garchomp.
Yeah,
oh no,
sacrifice.
You that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
This is very defensive. Adam.
Wee woo.
Adam, no. He's unaware. Adam realizing his blunder there and switching out. Let's Calm Mind go up though.
Every day probably wishing that that Encore Shuckle or...
Okay, and we're back. Sorry about that. I had a call to take. But we're back here. What is going on?
Well, Adam currently is attempting to break through Clefable and friends.
Right. Yeah, Clefable looking good, but I mean, Adam has decent tech to deal with Clefable in Scizor and in Bisharp specifically. But looks like this Thundurus is not going to be able to break through Clefable.
Yeah, we finally see Shuckle hit the field.
Shuckle's back. What is he going to do?
That's nice.
He's got Infestation. Which is contact move, by the way.
It's funny. And like, you know, I'm cool with Shuckle taking out this Garchomp right here. Like, it's not super important, but you can't, you know, just
like what else is Shuckle gonna do?
Not the greatest mon.
Yeah.
What's it gonna do? So take a little positive trade here.
It is funny. Infestation, a contact move. Fun fact. Yeah. And so Low Pony gets to come in, press return, fake out, be safe. Does that have quick attack? It does not. Scizor Bullet Punch, not gonna kill. High Jump Kick, not gonna miss.
Ooh, not a repeat of Aaron. Low Pony actually doing something.
And now it's Clefable versus Bisharp and Thundurus. And so we know this Thundurus cannot beat this Clefable. But we're going to see...
You know, that first one could have been a damage roll, so I kind of got going for it. But like here, get out. Going to Bisharp. You've got Iron Head. It's a fairy type. Now, if it was only dark moves, like, sure, you don't have a way out here. It's not, you know, it's impossible. But like... It's Gen 6. Your Bishop has Iron Head.
Yeah. Yep. And so Clefable is going to boost.
And you could argue that maybe Thundurus is like fishing for a paralysis, right?
Yeah, maybe.
But the more you do that, Like you got to, you might you do it the wrong way, right? You got to Iron Head and then just get the damage in.
Right.
You can't let it get up to 3 times fishing for paras.
Hmm.
Then this happens, bonk, and Clefable manages to get itself up to 100, and you're like, well, that's it.
All of a sudden.
And you're still 30% chance to just win the game.
Yeah. That's true.
30% chance to just win the game anyways, but like
or crit or yeah. Wow.
Like, we could have maximized our chances there and just brought
so.
Bishop in the first place.
Yeah.
So tough one there by Adam, but Lily clawing back into game 3.
Yep. Yeah, so game 3, and we see Lily bring something. Whatever this is.
And Chansey.
Yeah.
And speaking of Chansey, it's hitting the field.
There it is.
Which arguably in this gen is considered better than Blissey, but
well, it's a big fat focus punch turn 1. And then gets pursued instead.
A little too much damage. You don't even have your rocks up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's tough.
Quag
like, was it worth? You had Quag the whole time, like you didn't have to play that game.
Yeah. Zapdos still a good switch in to this guy. We see Heat Wave. We see this thing has HP Ice. And we see HP Ice versus HP Ice.
Yeah, no Hurricanes here, it looks like.
No Heat Wave, no Hurricane. We see a double and a double. And a triple.
Blade. Triple!
And Quag is here.
No HP Grass, so Quag is able to play the game.
Just sit here forever, get your rocks up. Probably on Chansey, unfortunately.
Yeah, I have a feeling there's no rocks anymore. Like they could maybe be on Quag, but
maybe. Roosting versus
anyways, now we got Clefable on the other side of the field. Yeah, no, I was just thinking the same thing, right? Static?
Nope.
No static.
It's pressure.
Oh, it doesn't have static yet then.
Yeah.
It's that weird gen where it had lightning rod.
Then bringing Altaria in versus the fairy type raw when that's like your win con, not great.
Not a good move. I know Lily was unhappy with herself after that play in the chat later. It was like, I don't know why I did that, etc., etc.
We see it's rest.
See the moment.
Yeah.
That's actually like.
Sometimes we throw. It happens.
Would be me.
Quag is here again.
Oh, that thing definitely doesn't have rocks. It's running toxic.
Yeah.
Scald, toxic.
Toxic, Scald, recover, Earthquake, Earth Power.
Yeah, you have to run a ground move on Quagsire in this format because like you can't auto lose to Volcanion.
Yeah.
One of the most popular mods in Gen 6, at least in my head it is. I know it's pretty high up there.
It's a good mod.
Yeah, not top tier, but definitely very good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm running sub. I hate Quag. I'm running sub Air Balloon. Okay, now done with it. Not playing games anymore. But Quag is playing games. He's here to stay and look at a bunch of dudes.
Oh, nope, he's here to leave.
Nope, he's here to. What exactly are you scared of? That thing doesn't have HP Grass.
Yeah, like you can
Maybe
just sit there.
Double.
Like you just Scald. You can throw off a random Toxic, whatever you want. Forced to Roost here. Let's in T-Tar.
Born to Thunderbolt, Forced to Roost. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Quag
always comes in on Tyranitar. Can't really do anything to you.
Yeah.
Focus Punch is
and,
funny.
Obviously Toxic in here because you think the switch out's gonna come to save the T-Tar, but you can't let your Quagsire get damaged like that.
Yeah, now you're really low. Now Excadrill can come in and like kill you.
Yeah. It's just even if you were to switch out, you're not in a good spot anymore. You can't take 2 hits to recover.
Suicune eats that up though. Scald will not kill. Oh, never mind.
Not kill, gets a Lucky Bird, which in this gen will kill because it's 12%. Yippee!
So that's a good bit of fortune there for Lily. They're back in this game. Flamethrowers are gonna.
Yeah, but things are gonna unravel pretty fast now that both walls are down.
And rocks are up, so Altaria takes. And then this crit.
This is so sad.
It's tough. So according to Lily in the chat, that crit mattered. When she
Although I am
first.
wondering what exactly the rest of this team does to Clefable. The more I think
Yeah,
about it, the
well,
more
do we know if this is unaware? I don't know. It might be
we
magic.
don't know actually.
If it's magic guard, you just DD up with your Altaria and
you probably win.
breakthrough, yeah. But tough. Things happen.
But it was a fun set
Yeah.
to watch.
Here's not a fun set. This is Partners in Crime, me versus Hall. So I pulled this silly team from the samples. Someone made it and was like, "This team is evil." So it's based around.
It's for me.
Yeah, it's based around Clefable, Archaladon being on the field at the same time. So you get stamina boosts and unaware. And so you press follow me, cosmic power, moonlight, and just kind of get many boosts while your opponents take rocks damage, poison, because you get your toxic spikes up with Glamora.
Again, evil.
Yeah, it's pretty degenerate, but this is a degenerate format, so I didn't feel bad about doing it. Like, you can't tell me bringing adaptability, Roaring Moon,
that's fun.
Is any more just than this bullshit.
I'm gonna tell you it is.
I think you're full of shit then.
Actually, real question: do you think that did you put Magic Guard or Unaware on the Clefable?
It's unaware.
Really interesting. Even though you're
it's supposed to be like protecting yourself against boosters. I don't know. Again, I didn't make the team. I just kind of stole it. I think Wo-Chien on this team would make it so good.
Anyway, shoutouts to Archaladon. Yep,
We're boosting.
Yeah, there we go. It's boosting.
We're boosting, and now
taking. Let me add that up. 38%.
Getting it all back.
38% for adaptability, Terra Dragon, Choice Band, Dragon Darts. Yep.
Toxic rocks. Follow me so I can get this moonlight off.
Now remember, guys, Hall and Corey are good friends, so
it's true.
If he's willing to do that to him.
It's true. That's the only reason I felt okay doing this, because me and Hall are buddies, and he won't hate me afterwards. Oh yeah, we're good friends.
It's all about time spans, like this.
Anyway,
I don't think I'd want to be your friend after this set, but let's see. Maybe there's some stuff that can be done here, and an accuracy drop is the start of something new.
There's the cosmic power. Get my boosts up on Clef.
The damage is actually still pretty respectable coming out from these.
I mean, water bubble adaptability is kind of crazy.
Yeah, pretty cool with that actually. But now without the adaptability boost,
now they're
a lot less damage coming in. Yeah, no more sturdy, right? Or stamina. Except wrong. It doesn't even work like that.
Yeah.
You still get it anyways. What a silly ability.
Heal up. Nation balances off.
Yeah, 5.
And so we know how this ends. So I did the funny thing. It worked out. But see, I bring it again, and Hall brings the same team because he only makes one team a week.
True.
And so I'm like, well, let me do it again. But Hall is too good of a gamer to let me do it again. So he taunts me, which is a bummer. I get a spike up, which is probably not the right play. Now both of us are taunted. I'm like, well, let me poison this guy. Put this on fast. No one really cares about it.
I care about it.
Oh, okay.
Remember, Partners in Crime is one of our only doubles formats. Us doubles people have to eat something, okay? I don't care if it's like the thin slice of meat or whatever. Like, you gotta eat, all right?
And so I think I'm in a decent spot here, and then he presses Roost, and I realize I'm not in a very good spot.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I don't have toxic, I only have regular poison. This is a little bit troublesome with my somewhat defensive leads, but
I think I was
unaware in the back.
I think I was too worried about the boost, forgetting that unaware was a thing that Clefable had.
Exactly, yeah.
But I wasn't really locked in.
I mean, you dominated game one so easily, perhaps you just let your guard down.
No, it's more this format required me to use my brain in a way that I didn't really want to. I guess. I don't know. I get crit there, which is
Oh my
probably
God.
not important, but maybe it was.
Still makes me jump scare, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what you in 3 days is doing here.
He's surfing.
He's surfing. Okay.
That was me.
Cool.
This was before I left Ohio.
Ah, yes,
So
that's
3
right.
days,
Right.
that was going to be surfing.
Oh, what a terrible few days for you to be here surfing. It sucks. It's been nothing but rain.
I know, it's been miserable. It's a bummer. Shadow Ball does no type of damage.
Yeah, we kind of see here that you don't have any setup, and it's the
No.
end of the game, and Clefable and Arcaludon have not yet
They've
hit the
not
field
been on
together.
the field at the same time, so it's been tough.
Right.
I got that right, which is neat, but
Yeah,
taking too
cool
much
outrage pivot.
I think I needed to
And-
chip Dragapult on that turn instead of recover my guy. But now Clef is dead.
Right.
That
and
Cosmic
Clef
Power
didn't get
there,
here.
I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm like, I need to be bulky enough where I can live the outrages.
Right.
I think that was my whole...
Like thought process here is like, oh, I need to get like 4 times defense to even stand a chance.
Right.
Like as fast as
I pressed
possible.
Protect there, which is probably a misplay. Definitely a misplay.
It didn't matter at that point. Like
Well, I could have protected on this turn if I didn't protect.
That's true, actually. You could have gotten a double protect and then maybe won the game, kind of deal, yeah.
Yeah. Plus, I would
So I
have
was
had,
actually
had
close.
one more stamina boost. I don't know.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
To think about.
But we go to game 3. I make the mistake of switching my leads, or
Well, he could've
switching my
just used it,
leads to
actually.
those, which was a really just bad
Yeah.
combination. But looking at my team, like, how do I stop the water spam? It's really not obvious.
Ooh, I know.
It's not our Shaladon. I need him healthy.
Darn.
And then like
Only
Shadow
having
Ball
one
also comes
super.
into me, and like dark types are scary. So like,
Yeah, no, a lot of guys dying way too fast this time
no, it
around,
turns
for
out
sure.
like his Hall's team is very good into the team that I brought. So they're actually
Hey, there's Arcaludon. I see him. There he is.
yeah. He's here.
Wow, doing 51.
Yeah. So I got my guys on the field, so I'm like maybe I can get something to work. I get taunted for my trouble. Dodge a Hydro Pump. Start boosting.
Oh, you're doing the boost right now before you even get to like kill the fish.
Well, I gotta get going. Then I see the fish roost, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Moonblast, and then I get Mirror Armored back for the drop, which is crazy.
I feel like it's probably the most common interaction I've seen in Pokemon for Mirror Armor. He's specifically dropping Moonblast.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like-
funny.
That's funny.
Then he's Helmet, which is a bummer. That Hydro crit mattered a lot.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Because
you
now,
already
now all of a
Cosmic
sudden my
Powered
Archaludon doesn't have Follow Me, doesn't have Protect, doesn't have Moonlight.
Yeah, the
And the
real
whole
loss
thing is
here is
over.
no. Yeah,
And
the
on-
real
and-
loss there is no Moonlight, no
And
Cosmic
Unaware,
Power.
you know, it's like I lost a lot of things, right? Because I just continue to Cosmic Power boost forever if I don't die there, and I think I win.
I agree.
You know, barring any other sorts of like big crits. So that was unfortunate, and then the whole thing is just basically over at this point.
Oh, he could do it. He could do it. He did
Can't
not do it,
do
Chad. He could not
and
do
so
it.
I lose the set. Good job, Paul.
Yeah, thank you for not losing to unadulterated pure awfulness that is evil.
And so on the other side of Partners in Crime, Bannon versus David, BC, 2 Sun teams, 2 Torgles.
Yeah, they're out here playing the year 600 BC.
It's warm out here. Draco to erase Gouging Fire immediately. That'll happen.
Yeah, 6 billion damage.
Body slam.
Unsure why Torkoal's body slamming
Not
on that
sure
side,
what's
but
happening
it
there.
sure is.
Yeah.
I mean, when you send out your 2 fire types, you don't have good coverage into Walking Wake. It's
That's
obvious
true.
enough.
Why is Brute Bonnet Giga Draining? Why is Torkoal Earthquaking?
Why is Brute Bonnet Giga Draining?
Don't know.
Don't know either, but
so
you know
we
what?
see
Something's about the.
Taunt
Oh boy.
and Eruption.
Shout out Storkle. You know that Tornadoes could actually just start hitting Eruption too, which I think is extra fun.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. It won't, but it
won't. You could rain in the flying type. Yeah.
Well, this is a 6v2, so nothing else to say about this. Sometimes you lose on team preview.
Sometimes Ninetales gets strength from the fall.
Oh my god, is that Naruto? That's
just
crazy.
Might be. But Ogerpon now is going to do a lot of damage. A really good follow me coming out from Tornadus is going to ensure that this is wrapped up here.
Yeah, no fallen survivors. Oh, by the way, you lose apparently the fallen when you.
Yeah, you don't get the ability of the person if they die.
Even though I wasn't quite sure if the fallen boost counted as an ability or not at that point. So this is the second team. We see Toxic Heal Guts synergy, and then I honestly don't know.
Why is Ninetales here?
I am very unsure what the rest of this team's job is, but you know what? They're here.
Yep.
Ninetales. Like I said, I really hope it's Flash Fire. I don't think it is. We don't actually find out, which is unfortunate. So.
Yeah.
And remember that Toxic Heal Guts? Yeah, nope, dead. Both dead.
Dead. Yeah.
Sad. Sometimes you just don't bring the. You just don't have. Like, I think maybe that synergy would actually be better if you were a rain team with water redirection.
Maybe.
A sun team with steel. Like, I don't know. You're already so weak to fighting, and you've got so much on that team. So. But as for David's team, right, like, it looks very simple, and it's just sun spam and all that, and that's respectable, honestly.
Yeah.
In fact, it's not even really like these two on the field right now don't even share abilities. No,
they're just proto-maxing.
Yeah, they're just themselves.
They're just like, what if Raging Bolt had Hydra's team?
Exactly. And sometimes that's not a bad idea, you know? You just gotta play your best guys.
Yeah. We've played to 14 to Goldengo, is crazy.
Yeah, look at you should have been
God.
attacked. Oh my goodness gracious. They should unban Bridge from doubles.
Maybe. After Eruption, kill Goldengo, Ninetales is plotting, but I don't think there's enough in
this is just VGC.
After you.
At that point,
funny.
Yeah. Good play. Good job, David.
Good.
Nice doubles wins.
Yeah. So now we're into our wild card format for week 3, which is shared power.
We got this.
So shared power, I will explain as it goes on, is that once mons hit the field, every subsequent mon that hits your field has the ability of the previous mon. So this Decidueye has long reach and adaptability from Crawdon. Now Bitsharp has both of those on top of what I'm assuming is Defiant.
It could actually just be Inner Focus to stop Intimidate.
Maybe. Actually, it might just be Intimidate or Inner Focus. Yeah, no, you're right.
It would also give you the flinching, but I mean, I hope it's one of the two, yeah.
Anyway, there's adaptability Ironhead into get body pressed by Dockspun. Gyarados is here, trying to set up. Gonna get roared out. Mr. crawls back. Eats that up. Waterfall.
Yummy.
58. Fluffy Dockspun. Oh no, because Long Reach prevents Fluffy, right?
Yeah, like I said, Long Reach is a very funny ability in this format, yep. Decidueye gets massive usage on teams like this simply because it beats the Fluffy course.
Yeah. Just even getting kind of put in a pack by this Bread Dog here.
Yeah, thankfully Bread Dog
but
finally runs out of HP after so much, you know.
Now we have Tinted Lens, adaptability,
Moxie.
Impression, Moxie, yeah.
Anyways, Gyarados, you should blow up or something.
Anyway, yeah. Tim's team is a funny, funny core of Sniper, Super Luck, which I think
and
is
some
cool.
defensive abilities.
Yeah. Maybe Rocky Payload. I don't know. Could be Rocky.
Maybe. I actually have no idea what
yeah.
no idea what players doing on this team.
It's gotta be Rocky Payload.
Right.
Oh yeah, Rocky Payload to give to Cornerstone.
Oh, that's really funny because now you get
touch.
to. Does that just add?
Yeah. No, probably not. Never mind.
I don't. If it does add, that's awesome. If it doesn't add, then I really think this team could have done without Plummet.
Yeah. Oh wait, maybe it's for Big Pecs on Honchkrow? I don't know.
No, because Big Pecs only stops defense. dropping. It's such a bad ability.
I thought it boosted your flying moves. What do I know? Maybe it's Kenai. I don't know. You can tell us in the comments.
Yeah, thanks, Tim.
Tim bringing a steel spam adaptability.
Yep. This is actually a very common ladder team. You'll see if you play this format. A lot of people like steel spam. Well, not common enough, but it's like popular enough that it has like sample team. Like these mons here have high usage. I'll say.
Right.
I don't think they had a sample team, but this looks like a steel spam team. Whereas Triple bringing a very uncommon but still notable Toxic Orb, Guts, Facade, Quick Feet, Moxie, Scrappy, a very offensive team.
Yeah, worth noting that Poison Heal cannot be passed, and so this is really just kind of Gliscor can get all these Guts boosts, Toxic boosts, Scrappy, and then go Facade and heal in his normal fashion.
Right, whereas like on Tim's team, we're setting up Goldango to have nothing that can hit it, but unfortunately Scrappy, the one ability that will ruin a strategy like this, is sitting over there on JT's side. I remember talking about this the first time we watched this, is I don't know why Zamazenta came in with the Trick Room turns. It's one of your best sweepers. You have it up and
you have Dragalge who slows balls, like...
Yeah, exactly. If Dragalge's slower than the entire enemy team, like we could have abused that in the Trick Room and then brought in Zamazenta afterwards at full health.
Yeah. Instead
of just taking out that poor little guy. I can't remember his name. He's so bad. Zangoose. That's the guy.
Yeah. I started at 37. Is crazy.
I know. Shout out Lycanroc, one of the most popular mods in the format.
Tough Claws, pretty good.
Tough Claws and fast rocks. It's all you need.
Yeah. Haze is funny there.
Haze makes so little sense. I love it. I have no idea why he did that. That dog will kill you.
Maybe it's deep in the calculator, and then JT makes a bit of an oopsie daisy.
You get out of the calculator. It makes no sense anymore. These calcs don't work anymore. Everything's wrong and the system's broken.
Bird is in the air, but he's got dual wing beat, which is crazy.
Yeah. As long as you hit your dual wing beats with Moxie and Guts and Toxic Boost, like you win this match, right?
Listen, I get how you can make that mistake, because like I wanted to press Earthquake instinctually. I'm like Earthquake the Dragalge.
Yes. Earthquake the Dragalge. Yep. It's not floating.
You gotta fight those voices.
Exactly. Dauntless Show Goldango, very funny.
Yeah, it is funny.
And I actually take it ridiculously. I was gonna say that's a little. Think about how many boosts on offense this team has gotten.
I guess.
Like at times, like I don't know, 4.5 boosts at that point. Like Sword Stance, Tough Claws, Guts, Toxic Boost, Stab. It's all messed up.
Yeah, despite the silly mistakes there, JT is able to
able to clutch it out.
Yep. And so now we have your set. Playing David, you brought this guy. Looks like no guard hustle shenanigans.
Yeah, exactly. We're trying to lock in Iron Fist too on that bottom one there for Surging Strikes because it boosts.
That's crazy.
All leading to an Urshifu sweep against a team that honestly it can't.
Yeah. So looking at the teams, it's like
types now.
Yeah. Grassy pelts or grass pelts plus.
Actually, I had a feeling David would bring this team. I just didn't think he'd bring it first. So I felt really confident bringing my, because I looked at the format and I saw that Go-Go was not bad, and I said David's gonna
bring Go-Go. There's a reason to be able to bring him.
Right. And I was thinking he'd do his Abstrika team too, but we don't end up seeing that, sadly. But yeah, so I'm trying to out offense the defense here, and it's not really working, as you can kind of see. As soon as Fluffy hits the field, it kind of
all that power
gets really, really brutalized. Yeah. Now they have to find, or what is it, Dauntless Shield and Fluffy? Like, how do you break that?
Special attackers.
Where? I don't see any. Me when I build the 6 physical attackers. And don't put long reach on the team. Oops, I've lost. So yeah, don't. If you're gonna make a hustle no guard team, maybe throw a single Zap Cannon user on there somewhere. Yeah.
Maybe.
Hey, shout out to Wave Crash, still doing 86% behind Fluffy, Dauntless Shield.
Yeah.
This thing's terrible, whatever that is. I don't even remember its name.
Electros?
No, it's the baby one.
No, it's
the middle one.
No, this is Electros.
That's the full one?
That's the
Oh,
full
I
one.
hate
That's
it.
the whole
Oh,
guy.
I don't know.
Anyway,
Why does it look so small in that spray?
I'm gonna put this
Anyways,
on
yeah, this
fast,
game's.
so,
Yep. Oh, yep. You guys already know. I can't lose. I can't lose, but I can't win, so we're stuck here. just hit skip turn.
yeah. So after a long, hard fought
Long,
battle,
hard struggle. Yeah. I sat there and watched every single Surging Strike. By the way, I wanted my money's worth. I set all that time up just to build that. Okay.
So going into game 2, here we see David bringing punk rock, galvanized, boom burst, shenanigans, which is all fine and good, pretty powerful, except we see hiding there in the corner with a little tail hanging out. Wouldn't it be a shame? Wouldn't it be a shame if all the Pokemon on the opposing side were immune to electric moves?
That's crazy. Who would build a team like that?
So
they say don't bring your friends. Well, check it out, guys. Of course, I knew he was to do a team. Yeah. Pikachu actually a pretty cool lead, right? So, it gets a lot of moves that kind of counter lead in this format, thanks to Lycanroc being a popular lead.
Oh
so
my god!
You actually, you do good. And now just taking out things. So that's nice.
I mean, look at this Pikachu. Just took out
1.5
months. That's good. Now everyone has Lightning Rod. That's pretty good. Now everyone has adaptability.
Everyone's protected. Yeah, I think Flip Turn and U-Turn should be used a little more in formats like this, especially on Basculegion.
Yeah.
Like this Basculegion's hitting Hydro Pump. What if it flipped? Oh. And now you get your abilities passed around more.
Stuff some cheeks.
And let me stuff some cheeks. And get my Custap Berry. That doesn't work. Much to think about. Thank you, Green. Very cool.
Yeah.
Bob mod.
But now Gudra's here, making everyone what? Sapsipper?
Shell Arm. Oh, Sapsipper. I keep thinking Shell Arm. That's a different team. We built the anti-crit team.
Wave Crash, free.
Yeah. I notice a lot of my guys have like moves or items that'll help them die or get out quicker.
Yeah.
Because it's all, this team and a lot of teams are focused around setting up one attacker or two attackers at the end.
It's kind of sweet, yeah.
Yeah, passing abilities is just so much more powerful than caring about keeping your guys alive. And we're going to kind of see that here.
And so here's Azu.
Now Azu has 60 billion
51,
things going for
it. All of a sudden that Citrus Berry heals it back to full.
Yeah.
The belly drum.
I think the damage calculator. I think the damage calculator actually could not keep track of how much damage this was. I think my attack was like over 2,000 or something before even modifying the abilities I wasn't having. It was very funny.
That's funny.
It was like, yeah, we're done. Weaknesses, priority Aqua Jet.
Yeah, +4. Crazy.
So for those who actually want to play this format, I do recommend potentially bringing Psychic Terrain at times, because a lot of people will attempt to hit you with something like this.
Priority spam, yeah.
At least turn off the priority.
Yeah. Now here we see
Speaking
Arceus.
of priority. High priority.
Yeah.
What? No. He's just high. No, that can't be him. He wouldn't be legal.
That's Arceus.
Oh, hey, look at that. That's an Arceus Dragon. Yeah, so the
Bronzong.
teams we got here, we have a Flying Spam and Shifter, who's considered a flyer.
Yeah, gotta give Wind Rider to all your birds. I get it. Ancient Power Heatran, which is something.
Yeah, yeah. It is.
But
so I'm like, I know the Shiftry Sash, so I was just trying to get the boost before the Sash.
Yeah. Get your Fluffy activated. Burn this guy.
The Fluffy Flash Fire core is great. And that, honestly, this Willow is game winning. So important.
Are you Scarf?
I am Scarf.
Okay, that makes sense. I was about to say, why is this the slowest Zapdos Galar of all time?
Well, he doesn't even have Gale Wings yet, so he'll stay slow. But now David realizing, I've decided to stay in on something I probably shouldn't have. Just trying to chip me down for Dragon Energy, but instead I'm scale shotting.
Yep.
Now going into Intimidate meant, but not having a Terra is unfortunate. It's like a Terra Steel here goes crazy, right?
Right. But now you just,
Because now you get intimidated off everybody. It's kind of a cool play, and that Dual Wing Beat would have done a ton of damage.
Yep.
Maybe even killed. But
killed? Maybe, honestly. You're -2.
Yeah.
But now...
I think it would have.
You reveal you are Dragon Energy as well. So
yeah.
Got a mix set going
Got it all. Every day I stay thankful for no fairies.
Yeah.
I'm actually like very confident this Arceus doesn't even care about fairies either, so. Because it's hitting Judgment. It's here to hit Dragon Ball Judgment.
Yep.
Yeah, it did that, yeah. There it goes. Wow.
There it goes, wow.
D-tier mod, by the way. I'm not even joking, Vomit. My ability rankings has us down to like D.
These formats
might even be the
real.
highest of all the might even be the highest of all the legal Arceus forms. I don't remember.
Crazy.
Silly format. But fun. It was fun. Actually, I had a lot of fun playing that with David that day, and we had a good time. Yeah. And we did it. We got through the recording a second time, Corey.
Finally, after all sorts of trials and tribulations, we have recorded, and I will upload them after I stitch together the 2 recordings. And
so proud of you.
Thank you.
You did it.
Thanks for watching, guys. We will be back tomorrow with week 4, so we'll be all caught up. Until next time.
Yeah, do tune in for that one. It's going to be very good.
It's going to be fun. Peace.